Hello, my friends, and welcome to another session with the older man. Now, today we're going to talk about the amount of women who are now complaining about owning their home after they fell into the trap of becoming homeowners and being single. You know, when the hype came around where every woman was out there celebrating with the fact that
more single ladies are putting their hands up with their house keys. According to new data from the National Association of Realtors, single women are outpacing single men as home buyers, continuing a trend that started way back in 1981. Now, check out this year's numbers. As of 2023, the NAR's data shows that single women are second only to married couples, with single women making up 17% of all home buyers and single men making up 9%. And this national trend is reflected right here in Metro Detroit. I talked with a new home buyer and some real estate experts about why this is the case and got some tips for single women in the market for a home so you don't waste your money. This charming brick house in the Bagley community in Northwest Detroit will soon be Elizabeth Johnson's new home. What about this house made you fall in love with it?
It was almost like I recognized it. That's kind of the feeling it had.
The 36-year-old educator who once
there's more single women buying homes than there are single men who are buying homes. And what is it that I have always told you, gentlemen? Never, ever buy a house to live in that you are not earning an income from. Number one. Number two, never purchase a place that far exceeds the amount of space that you require. In other words, if you're buying a 3-bedroom house, but you are only requiring 2 bedrooms, that 3rd bedroom is literally a waste of money unless you're renting it out. Get my point? And so now what we're seeing as times get hard, as interest rates start to creep back up, a lot of these women are realizing, holy crap, what the hell did I do? So my friends, give me a thumbs up on this video because I want to teach you all again as a man of experience. For those of you that don't know, the majority of my wealth I made from selling and buying real estate. I did 17 years of it in the Caribbean, in the Cayman Islands to be precise, in my home country. It made me a lot of money. I did very, very well doing it. But here's the kicker. You know, the majority of the money I made in that business was selling repossessed homes from banks. That was my biggest source of income. And it's the most disturbing thing to do because there is nothing more painful than watching a child's face when you have to kick them out of the house. When people overextend themselves by buying a massive house or building a massive house, and when economic times change, whether you lose your job or whether the interest rates go up or something big happen in your space where your income drops, it could be devastating where the bank has to step in and say, hey, listen, you haven't made payments in 3 months. You're behind on your payments. We have to look at foreclosing because based on your income, we can't see how you're going to survive from this. And usually when you're selling something under duress, you're not going to get full market price for it. So what you get is the vulture buyers. These are people who swoop in when they see something is in distress. They're swooping in and they're not going to be paying full market price because they know that the bank is selling it. So the little equity, if any, that you have absorbed in that mortgage that has not been taken out from the lack of payments, because you got to realize this thing. If you had built equity, meaning you had paid down something on the principal, that's the equity, that's money that you have in it, but you haven't been making any payments, the bank will then apply interest on that mortgage and that equity will then depreciate. You got to understand how this shit works. So now all of a sudden you end up with no equity in the building and then it's out on the market as a distressed sale. Vultures come in, the offers aren't as high. That takes even more equity out of what you have in it. So when you have a valuation for, let's say, $400,000 and you borrowed $350,000 for that, that little $50,000 that you have in there from your down payment and from other expenses, that disappears. That's gone. because that new buyer, he then walks in, he says, this person haven't been able to maintain their property. It's falling apart. This is not right. Needs repair. This needs repair. Starts picking it to pieces. Guess what? You're not going to get market value for it. So you end up with nothing. But the $50,000 or $60,000 down payment that you had made, that has now vanished. But if you had taken that $50,000, $60,000 that you had in cash and put it in the stock market, earning 10% per annum, you would have been a lot better off while paying rent. You see my logic, my friends? So let's get into the first lady here. Let's hear what she has to say.
Can I vent to y'all just real quick? I'm tired of being a homeowner. I am tired of being a homeowner. I'm tired of people telling me owning a home is the best investment you could ever have. I do believe that to be true. That don't change the fact that I'm tired of being a homeowner. I'm tired of the problems that it come with. I'm tired of all the responsibility, hanging on my shoulders. I miss renting. I feel like I had more freedom with renting. Now, I know when you rent, you're paying month to month and all that money is going down the drain. It's not going towards nothing. It's not investing in nothing. I know that. And I don't care. I thought about it so much. Selling my house and going back to live with my mother. Because why not? I don't have kids. I don't have a man. I don't have any drama that I would bring my mama. And I can pay all her bills. Mind you, my mama still live in the projects and income-based housing. She doesn't pay rent anyway. We'll be over there living like kings and queens. Jesus Christ. I feel like the only thing that I would miss owning my home or, moving back with my mom or just whatever is the privacy. I do not like people all the time. I do not like noise, but when you move in with somebody or any sort of living adjustment, then you have to understand what that comes with. You know what I'm saying? And
it's so easy. You're going to move back in with your mother instead of just compromising with a guy. I don't get it. I do not get woman's freaking mindset. She's going to give up her privacy. She realized that, she fell for the old mantra that, I should buy my own house. You're a strong and independent woman. That shit didn't work out for you. Okay, I'm going to go back and live with my mama. Big grown-ass woman going to go back and become a child. It just shows you, my friend, 100% that these women just want to maintain themselves as kids. It's freaking frustrating to watch. I'm not going to be an adult and get along with a man, which is how nature has always said it should work. Find a suitable mate, set up a house and a home, get some kids, move with the natural course of nature, the way life's supposed to be. I'm going back home to my mama because you cannot be an adult and find a man that you can share expenses with and cohabitate. It's mind-blowing. So now you're just going to be getting dicked down by some random guy every other week whenever you feel that you need to get your itch scratched, right? Crawl back into your mama's house. So she going to be, where you were, child? Where were you? Why you out so late again? Why were you? Why didn't you come home last night? Where were you? Why were you out again? That's what you're going to hear. You want to go back to that?
I'm just tired. Not saying that I will go live back with my mama. Not saying that I will go back renting. Not saying that I'll get a roommate. All those things is an option. I'm just tired of being a homeowner. I'm tired of the issues that arise. And I look left and I look right and the responsibility is still on you. Like there's just no help. I'm so tired. Owning a home, I don't give a damn. Owning a home is not what it used to be. I used to take pride in owning a home. I want to sell my home bad.
What the hell are you talking about? Owning a home isn't what it used to be. It always has been like that. This is your first home. This is just the way life is, man. Owning a home comes with a shitload of responsibility, but it's a lot easier if both of you were doing it. You had a man there to do all the repairs. You had the security of knowing that when you come home, a man is in the house. You don't have to worry about every freaking knock on the door or every creak or noise that you hear at night. Hey, somebody's there with you. But living in the house is a different bloody ball game, man.
Let it be somebody else's problem. And I like my house. Like when I bought it in 2020, it was newly renovated. I bought it during COVID, and I paid pennies for it. And my mortgage is cheap, and I know I shouldn't complain, honey, but I'm still gonna complain because it's mine, and I gotta pay for it, and I'm gonna do whatever it is I want to do. And I'm just tired of the responsibility, if I can only be honest. I feel like I had less responsibility with renting. Like if I had one problem, I can call the landlord. I'm calling the maintenance man. I'm calling somebody else to fix the problem. I got a problem now. I can call somebody, but then my phone gonna ring because I gotta fix it.
I don't know what to say here, man. This is just a grown child right now. This is the problem with a lot of these modern women. They think that they are boss bees, but not realizing that being a boss bee comes with responsibility. Yeah, owning a house is responsibility. I know, I've done it, and it's a pain in the ass. You know what's the worst? Having a pool. Oh, that shit will suck you dry, man. Having a pool in the Caribbean sun. Yeah. You know how much water evaporates from that bee? I'm telling you. Then the algae that grows if the pH is off. Ooh. Let's listen to another lady here.
My 3-year anniversary of becoming a home borrower. I borrowed this house from the bank 3 years ago, and I hate it. And some people are asking me why. Why do you hate it? Because I can't afford it. I can't afford this house. When I borrowed the house, I could afford it, and the bank insured that. Since then, though.
These ladies don't realize that if you can't look down the road and foresee that there might be problems if X, Y, or Z occurs. Number one is interest rates. It's usually the thing that kills a lot of people. But most women, they just say, oh, I can buy it. I can buy it because I can afford it now. Not that they can afford the house. They can afford the payment. They don't think about, well, can I actually afford the house? No. As long as they can afford the payment, which is actually being manipulated by the bank, because the bank don't make money if you don't borrow from them. It's a freaking scam because they already got their money up front. That down payment is their insurance. That's it. They're already good because now they know that, hey, if I need to sell this, hey, I got the down payment. I'm good. All right, that's free money for me. If I sell the house for whatever the market says they want right now, and at least it pays off the balance in what she has, I still got the bloody down payment. Free money. And whatever payment she has made for the last 3 months, that's all going towards the interest. Banks are good. You don't understand the system. This is the problem. But you fell for that crap. Oh, girl, you should have your own home. You're strong and independent.
When I borrowed this house, my homeowner's insurance was $1,323 a year. Today, 3 years later, my homeowner's insurance is $2,654 a year. That is a little over $100 increase, which is added to my payment. Now, I know a lot of people will say crap like, oh, well, if you buy a house, your mortgage will be cheaper than your rent. Sure, if I were to rent a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, my rent would be a lot more than my principal and interest on this house. However, I'm escrowed, so it doesn't fucking matter because I have to pay principal and interest, my property taxes, and my homeowner's insurance monthly. So I know some people will usually say like, oh, my mortgage increased by $200 this year. Yes, we're not actually referring to the mortgage, which is the principal and interest amount. We're referring to the overall payment that we have to submit to the bank every month. It's not actually the mortgage. We know that, but we're in escrow. We don't have a choice. So it's the mortgage payment that we're paying. When I signed up for this fucking house, I signed up to pay $1,800 a month. I'm close to the $2,200 now in 3 years. That's a lot of money. And it's only going to continue to increase. And that's kind of my issue with this right now, because I'm at a point where I'm like, this is actually no different than renting. The only difference is that I don't have a landlord that I can call when my fucking toilet overflows, or, you know, when the basement floods, or whatever the fuck happens. I don't have that option, of course. And we all know that going.
And I don't have a man to actually take care of that stuff, to run down to the hardware store and buy a washer or buy that small little piece of thing to stop the washing machine from actually leaking, because he could easily look that up on YouTube to see exactly what's wrong with it and fix it. Usually it would just means that, hey, I just need to unclog the drain so that the water can actually flow outside instead of back into the washroom. Oh, man, these women don't learn. They don't learn the value of a man just because the man ain't putting the money in, or he don't have the money up front. You idiots don't realize the value of a man. Whew. It's infuriating listening to these women. Jesus, man.
Into homeownership, like I had the savings for that. It was, you know, I was fully aware of that. But everything is increasing, and we all know that too. Like, everything, the cost of living is increasing, and I can't afford this house. I hate it, but I can't. It's like, I'm probably not going to go back to renting because I invested over $30,000 into living here for upfront costs, not referring to how much I've paid in my mortgage and all that. But I'm a single mom, and regardless of me being a single mom, I make a decent living. Like, there are people in joint households, 2-parent households, who make less than me or make as much as me, and, you know, so it's really not the single mom aspect that I'm referring to in terms of financially. It's more so, it's too much for me to do on top of being a mom and on top of working full time. Like, we all know what comes with being a single parent. So for me, it's just like, it's too much.
Marry before you carry. You should marry before you carry. Yeah, that's my best singing voice. Listening to this is almost like just deja vu. A record played on repeat. I can go through many analogies, but holy crap. Why is it that women cannot learn? This is painful listening to my sisters having to go through this crap, man. Seriously.
Life is lifing though. Like, I don't know. You know, I got sucked into the world of, oh my God, I want to get married. I want to buy a...
Life is lifing. I don't know where these things come from. What the hell does that mean? Life is lifing though. Yeah. What? Life is going on? Yeah, that's not going to stop. Whether you like it or not, it's going to go on. Problem is, women have said no to struggle love and yes to struggle life. Which one is worse? I keep saying this to you all. You have given up struggle love and you now opt for struggle life, because the feminist rhetoric is so deeply ingrained in your bloody skulls. At least if you have struggle love, you still got a bloody man there to take care of all of these things in the house. I don't understand it. This idea of struggle love is just a stupid way of saying, I am not willing to pay 50%. I prefer to pay 100%. And because you want the Pookie and the Ray Ray to actually freaking procreate with, you're going to have a struggle love. It blows my mind. But if you find a good man, a good, decent, average man, same sort of salary or even less than you, he provides you with a lot more than just the financial aspects of it. He would be plugging all of these holes that would make your life a lot easier. But you're too damn stupid and stubborn because you fell for the crap. Tell me I'm wrong.
I let society tell me that's what I wanted, but when I got it, I don't want it. And I hate that for me, because it took me a little too long to realize what I actually wanted for my life and not what I thought I wanted for my life, because society makes it seem like we should want certain things. I don't like being a homeowner. I don't like it. And I don't care about, oh, well, when you pay your house off in 30 years. I don't care. about that, because the end goal for me is just making sure I have some place to come home to, I have a roof over my head. And like I said, this shit isn't mine. Whether I'm renting or borrowing or owning, this it's not mine. It's not ours. Like, it can be taken away regardless. It's not mine.
Thank you. At least you recognize that one point. A lot of people think that just because I am paying a mortgage, it's my house. No. It's the bank house. You're paying rent to the bank. You're not, usually within the first 9 years, 7 to 9 years, none of the money that you're paying into your mortgage is going to the principal. 7 to 9 years. Think about that shit. Your principal does not move. You're literally paying the interest. The bank gets its money first, then you start to pay down on your principal as you go. But here's the problem. Most people sell their homes within 7 to 9 years. So they don't even get to see any money come off the principal. What they're hoping to happen is that the price of the property rises during that time period. Most of the time it does, but sometimes you get economic crashes that crashes the real estate market, and then you're screwed if you have to sell during that period. It isn't rocket science, man. The problem is most people can't see beyond their nose, especially women. Women don't see the future. There's a reason why there are more women buying homes. Is because this strong, independent, empowering crap is telling women they should go out there and do exactly that. But men are smarter than that. Men are saying, no, I prefer to put my money in an investment. I prefer to buy something else instead of a house. I'll rent. I'm comfortable renting. All I need is a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm good. I don't need 3-4 bedrooms for nothing at all with just me and a child. No, I don't need that shit. But women celebrated this crap thinking that they're empowered, not realizing it is the dumbest shit that you've ever done. All it's doing is sucking your money. So that $30,000 that she made as a down payment, that's going to pretty much evaporate if she sells the house now. And number two, that $30,000 could have been sitting in an investment account, accruing more and more money every freaking 90 days from some great fund. Trust me, I know. My cash is working for me in a mutual fund because I'm not putting it down on a house.
I'm depressed. I'm depressed. I'm just waiting to see what that. I think it's gonna. I'm stuck. I feel stuck. I'm depressed. I feel stuck. I feel lost. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. My rant is over for today.
Struggle life, my friends. You want that struggle life? You got it. I don't want any struggle life. I can do that all on my own. No, you can't. There is nothing more beautiful than struggling through life with another partner that you can get along with. It's not difficult to get along with a good man. It's not. Trust me. What is hard is struggling with Pookie or Riri. What is hard is not submitting to a man leading. What's hard is you thinking that you can control and command a man and his logic. That's what's wrong with you, ladies. And that's what's killing a lot of you. That's what's leaving you depressed. I want to read a few comments from this just so that we can just wrap this up. Simply, get a man with 2 people on the same page. Everything is easy. She responded, where's the boyfriend store? Yeah, go back to your baby daddy. Find your baby daddy. No man wants a single mother. Red Nurse says, I qualified for $400K. I only purchased a home worth $198K. I bought knowing the market would do this. I wish more would do this. Thank you, my friend. I don't know whether you're male or female, but whoever you are, you're smart. Casey NP, this lady said, we were told the American dream was home ownership, but the real dream is being debt-free. Oh, I could kiss you. I could kiss you. That is the dream. Yes, you're looking at it right here. Debt-free as a MF. I'm telling you, man, no better feeling. I do not owe 1 red cent. If I cannot buy it cash, I can't afford it. Even though I might have a ton of investments, if I can't buy it cash that I have right now, I can't afford it. I can't. That's how I look at life, man. Kira Duncan said, yes, another vote for being debt-free. That's her, the creator. TC says, don't buy homes, buy land and build a family compound and generational wealth. Yeah, but you're going to be out somewhere far from the city. If you don't have a job or a remote job, it's going to be difficult commuting every day to get that dream. It's a perfect thing to do. I would love to do that right now. I dream right now of finding a huge piece of land where I can bring all of my friends, my 4 buddies, and some of my family members. I get along very well with my family members. And we just have a compound where we meet every day. We just freaking enjoy life. Because we've all done well financially. I just think we should live the rest of our life just enjoying each other's company and supporting each other. You know, growing our own food, you know, having our big pool, all communal. Everything is communal so that we constantly interacting. Having our own little, you know, workout gym space in the middle, surrounded by nature where we go back to the freaking roots, man. You know, that's what I would love to have. Let me know if you guys had that same dream. Shida said, finally, somebody telling the truth. Everybody looks at me crazy for not wanting to buy a house. Yeah, this is another woman who basically said, yeah, we've been lied to. Yeah, listen, man, I'm so glad that this young lady friggin' just brought it home, man. All right, let's listen to another lady, a white woman, tell her experience. Let's hear how it sounds, if it's any different, okay?
I'm a single person who bought my house about a year ago, and let's talk about how I feel a year later. So something I didn't know going into it, or I didn't really think of and no one really told me, was that the taxes are adjusted every few years depending on where you live, and that my payment would actually go up. So this year they readjusted for taxes I owed from last year because they didn't do it correctly. And so my mortgage actually went up $150, which was a little frustrating. The other thing was I definitely would have saved more money. I had a very, it was an okay down payment. It was 6% for a down payment. And I felt like I had enough money in my savings. I was able to do a couple things around the house that were needed when I moved in, and I had the money to do it. But I just feel like I would over save. And the interest rate I got was pretty good at the time. Obviously, it's not gone back down. So I feel very lucky in that aspect, but I do think I would have waited a little bit longer to be in a little bit better financial spot. And I was told by a realtor that it usually takes, if it's a single person, whether it be just one person rather than 2 people, it takes you about a year to 2 years to feel like your finances are back in order after buying a house. And I definitely think that's true. So I am hoping to do another video next year and kind of update you guys on how I've been feeling and if it was really worth it. So far, knock on wood, only a couple things have broken and I've had to pay for a couple things. And I do feel like I've been pretty prepared for that. But I would definitely say if you're wanting to buy a house, especially as a single person, or if you're saving money to buy a house, definitely oversave and make sure you know all the hidden fees that are associated with it, because people won't tell you what the actual breakdown of all the fees that are associated with buying a house. And I made a really good post the last year when I bought my house about how much my house actually costs. It was a $300,000 house, so like how much I actually had to pay for that, as opposed to like what people will try to tell you to get you into a house. So make sure you use resources like that. And if you guys have any other questions, let me know.
She probably got a lot better accommodations financially. I don't want to get into that, but we know how it is, don't we? But she's going through the same pains like any other person would. Interest rates are going to go up. It's going to influence your payments. The tax thing, I don't understand how the government would make a mistake on the taxes. She misunderstood it. Governments usually don't make mistakes on taxes. Okay? Now, the problem that a lot of you ladies do not anticipate is, number one, changing in interest rate, changing in homeowner fees, or what we call strata fees in the Cayman Islands. Maintenance. As a house gets older, things break more and more. Things wear out. When you're a renter, that cost is borne by the landlord. It's not borne by you. But now all of a sudden, you have to come out of pocket. So if you are living paycheck to paycheck, right, where an extra $500 to $600 2 or 3 times a row every month is going out for repairs, you're going to be in deep doo-doo eventually. All right. If it's a couple thousand that has, like a major repair, like for example, a heater breaks and floods and something happens major in the house, hey man, it could be devastating for a lot of homeowners. It's not an easy thing to deal with. So my friends, listen, I don't want to drag this out any longer. Let me know if you're a homeowner and you're feeling the pinch right now. Ladies, let me know if you're a single woman and you're a homeowner and you're feeling it. All right. So my friends, listen, give me a thumbs up on this message. Please, if you learned something today, please be very careful about borrowing money to buy a house to live in. Borrowing money to invest in a home, meaning renting it out, that's a whole other story, okay? If you want to know how expensive it is to actually borrow money, go and calculate how much it's going to cost you over the life of a mortgage, how much you're going to be paying back, all right, for your house. See how much you paid in interest, then add up all the homeowner's fees or the strata fees, then add up all the taxes, and then ask yourself, are you going to get that amount of money back from it in 5 or 10 years? And you will see that you'll probably break even. I know, I did the math. All right. So my friends, until next time, listen, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. Okay. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.